on
Scanning ahead.
how Boom has been making a lot of rosters.
Found them.
And, you know, they have made. Begin the pistol round. Boom starting strong.
I have the spike.
That's 3 already down to the side of Fennel. Now, 2 players left standing. I think they can get the spike off, indeed, but the retake is definitely.
Last player standing.
CLZ getting caught looking the wrong way completely. Now it's a 1v.
Well, it's all on the Jerry, and at this point, what can he really do? Well, we're talking about some news here, some, I guess, words that we gotta get out, and it seems like our panel still probably reads those newspapers, probably orders them every morning, but for the most part, old news here now turned anew. Boom taking this opening round, and they get the pistol. Now, Ascent, we did see, and we did talk about the, well, it was a map that was picked here by Fennel, but if you actually look at the stats, both of these teams are 65% apiece officially here on Ascent, and so this could really.
I do think Boom does have the, I think, upper hand. I mean, they have stayed as a 4-man roster for quite a while. The only player that they did replace is actually NC Slasher, and stepping in is Frostmine. So it's looking pretty good for them as they take 3 kills aggressively here towards A main, making that 4. And this should be a clean anti-eco round. If CLZ can even get one,
It's
no,
very quiet.
absolutely not. And he's going to be denied that, and it's going to be a flawless round here for Boom Esports.
Completely cleaning up house on towards A main, and now we're finally going to get that gun round. Okay, still got 3 players on that A site. There might not be enough manpower to hold back this full 5-man push with the Kaio ult coming as well.
Yeah, they got the off on Jitter, but he's on the completely other side of the map now. They're hitting straight onto B to full execute. bjor did for 1 on the hold, and he's going to actually find a double here. That's big for Boom Esports. They whittle down the offense. BlazeKing's going to get another one. That's 2 players left here on the side of Fennel, as it is all up to tenz side.
He's
Soba
playing
all
really
alone,
well.
coming
Jesus.
all the way through Pizza to Market. He's got a tall task ahead of him for sure. If he can get a couple of kills here, I think that would already be a win, but definitely worth considering saving, as it's very early on, and you know the economy of Fennel not really in the best place just yet.
And that's going to continue to destabilize as the round progresses, and as a few rounds go on forward. If Boom can continue to take these rounds, very important for the economy of Boom, and very detrimental to what Fennel are trying to apply here. Now, Tensai, he is in 1v5. He's put in the same exact situation that Asterisk was a while ago. And this time, let's see if he can at least get a pick, able to dodge that flash for the meantime. But as you said, you know, the proper decision here would be to save, try and keep that weapon. I mean, at this point, you're going to need an ace clutch, which is definitely not out of the realm of possibility, but it's highly unlikely.
I don't think so. He's just going to save this here. But going forward into the round, I'm really liking that Flips Jitter actually went ahead and picked up that early operator. He's so good on it. I mean, if there's any one player to watch on this map, actually it's Flips Jitter with op. You're going to be seeing him making those aggressive pushes, taking dynamic plays, and you know, taking map control away from Fennel. That's what he's going to be trying to do. Earlier on in this round, he actually went ahead and peeked towards short for Link. No one was there, but I imagine he's never going to peek the same angle twice. You're going to see him peeking into A main. You're going to see him go for those aggressive B main pushes, supported by maybe that Sky. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing here from Flips Jitter, as he is, for a reason, one of the best players on Boom. He is the playmaker after all.
I mean, he was stepping into some very tough to fill shoes, some very deep boots there, left in by BlazeKing, right, that we saw. And
a
During King, rather. Sorry, we still got Blaze, of course, on this roster, but a During King, yeah, and that was some very big shoes for him to fill. But by all means, I think we saw during C Challengers 3 that he stepped up to the plate and he definitely performed. Now, can he do the same here in their final opportunity to get to the mecca of Valorant? That is still to be answered, but once again, they're doing this very common default now for Fennel, where they place most of their players outside the B lobby position, and they have one lurk on top towards top mid, which is very standard here in APAC and well, Valorant in general. But for the meantime, it seems like Boom, they've done a good job of really halting these pushes, and so it's kept Fennel now to want to find information before trying to go for an execute.
They're just slowing down, trying to burn away as much utility as they can. You know, what's interesting to me is that they've got MIDI on the operator, actually, just so early, and that's why they're playing slow. They want MIDI to go ahead and look for that early peak, you know, have someone from Boom just walk into their crosshair. It's not going to happen, though, because Eeyore's totally ready for it. He's going to go and make that push happen. gets a kill, bringing us to an actual 4v5 now. And that's a really strong start here for Boom. They have brought down Eeyore very low, but Frostmine's going to be there to top him
left.
up. Rotating all through mid. They do have Midi on the op, lurking through market all alone. It's a little bit unorthodox, but he does secure the map control that he needs, and this B split could actually happen off the back of it. They also have CLZ lurking from A main, and he's completely unchecked. He could actually catch someone off guard here, but with 12 seconds left on the clock, time is ticking down. They do need to get the kills, and they actually managed to find them. They still have only one player here towards the backside, but easily dispatched all up to Asterisk right now. But he's far removed from the situation. The res comes up on top of it, and it's a 1v3 difficult task ahead for Asterisk.
He's in 1v3, as you said, and he's going to need a few more to bring this one back. And, of course, he does get the op here, and we did see him kind of lurk by himself towards A. Speaking of lurks, we also did see Mitty lurking towards that A site, but at this point, man, you get the op, you save it. It's a 1v3. What can you do? Give up the round. You have some cushion to work with, and he realizes that factor. So, Fennel, they should be able to take this round number 5 to equalize, or at least cut the lead back down to just a single round. Now, 2v2 to 3, and he looks away at the... Actually, not landing the shot here is tenz. Does spot that information out, but yeah, it's going to force him back, and he saves the op for now.
You know, Black and Blue, we had a little bit of background music for a second there. I was starting to get into the meditation and self-awareness and yoga vibe. Yeah, this is a pretty good opportunity here, especially with the investments that they have been putting in, man. The operator is not a cheap gun, and so Flips Jitter, they're going to have to make this work. I think they're going to be fully reset after this. Like you said, we've already managed to find ourselves in a 3v5. Now, the ultimate is up for Frostmine, so he can actually pull out the Seekers if he needs to. That guiding light actually should give information that there is players in B main. There are players. And the full execute for Fennel coming up, this is where they excel. Paper Thin mentioned this earlier. They have clean executes, and they go into the sites and they take them rather handily. It's all up to Boom. They need to get at least one pick, and they do. Frostmine manages to find a double kill as he gets tenz and Jinx. Finally will be traded out by Midi, but it's still a 3v2 one-man advantage here for the side of Fennel. They're going to find themselves in a decent position to take this into a tie game.
This is still doable, though, for Boom. If Flip Jitter here can find the pickoff, especially with his operator in hand, then this could easily be a round that they can come back into, but they're going to need to take on that time because it is hollowing away from them. The sands of it are slowly withering, and now Flip Jitter trying to find an opening pick, but Fennel, they're just not giving him that opportunity. The operator has to be the peeker and cannot land the shot as two of them are already holding the angle. It's going to be all down here to Asterisk. He's going to need an exclamation at the end of this because this should be a done deal. 1v3, no way to get into the site safely. He's able to find one, but a quick trade-off here from Darially will secure the round.
At filling in for, you know, NC Slasher himself, and it's very evident right now that he feels much comfortable playing on that Sky roll.
For sure. I mean, he was always a great player on Alter Ego, and mind you guys, he only left within like the past month to go here into Boom, and so it's a big change for them to be taking him on, but the eco round so far not looking too good for Boom. Have yet to find a pickoff as two clean ones have been going the way of Fennel. They find a third here, Flip Jitter. That's a second now for Jinx, and tenz will find one of his own to bring it on to Asterisk in another 1v5 situation. This should be a done round, and that it is. Really, while, you know, Jet might be the most favorable, I guess, on paper because he can back off, get that free peek, and take another shot, really, if you can land your opening shots, and sometimes it ain't too bad to have it on another agent. We've seen that happen around APAC. You know, some teams like to have it even on a Breach or on a Raze. It does work out. Some teams even play on Omen in the EU. But for the meantime, well, speaking of omens, a bad one seems to be signaling here for the side of Fennel because 40 seconds left on the clock and they still have very little control. Looks to be an A take very soon.
Yeah. That is the ultimate here from Astra already being deployed. Another full execute coming in. tenz gets the refrag onto Asterisk. Now a 4v4. The lockdown available for Eeyore. Should be deployed once the spike goes down here, and it will invariably be so. As we're going to look for a full retake here with a 4v5. Now, lockdown timer is counting down. They're going to be leaving Jinx on site for now. I imagine he's going to try to get a pick, but he doesn't end up doing it. And instead, the site is completely clear. Now it's a 3v3. Midi, good for an opening pick. Ooh, followed up with another nice shot onto that down low player. It's all up to Blaze King, very low on HP, 30 seconds. And I don't think he could get out of this spot if he tried. He's going to have to land some nutty shots, but it's Midi instead with a triple kill on that operator. this is looking very good for Fennel. One of the characteristics that I like seeing in a team is if it's your map pick, you better be ready with good executes. You better be ready with a good plan on the attacking side. And that's exactly what Fennel have brought here. It's catching Boom off guard. And, you know, for one thing, Fennel, they're actually a pretty good defensive-sided team too. So if they can even get this map extended to like, what, 7-5, even an 8-4, I'd say they're in a very comfortable spot. Going by the history of Fennel's games, they're very strong on the defensive side. And I think Boom are really going to struggle if they can't close out the last even 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, on the defensive side here, you kind of need, at the very least, maybe 6-6, 7-5, even if it doesn't go your way. If you can't get these next few rounds, then things are going to start to look to be a runaway train against you. And look at this, tenz side with the 4th. Even the ace, why don't you? Looks like Mitty has something to say about that, though. But Jinx will take it on the opposing Jet, and they do get this 6-3.
Yeah, they take B main. They get flips Jitter in that aggressive position is what I want to see. He will be taking a couple of shots there, though. I think I heard the operator ringing out from B main. So he will be falling back off the top of that. So that's a lot of information actually given off of just one knife from that KO. And they should actually have even more information after that guiding light as well. Now they're grouping up towards A, and in full Fennel style, they're going to be going with that late round execute here. Just burning the utility away from Boom Esports, and now they're going to be trying to take A here. They do have a Killjoy for Boom onto this side, so that might make things a little bit more interesting. But it's all going to be about whether they can hold it or not. So far, they haven't, and that's another entry from their reality. That's a Sage opening things up here. A side completely vulnerable, completely taken in here. Jinx, aggressive peek will be punished by Flip Jitter, and that's a little bit of a saving grace right now for the side of Boom Esports. Good nade onto their reality, not going to do enough to force him off the plant though, as Asterisk now will be propping up, and he gets a double kill. Their reality's good for a frag here, but Flip Jitter trades him out immediately. 1v3, CLZ looking for one, he's got it. Now 2 more to find as he pushes towards side. It's not planted for him specifically, so he will have to play this a little bit more aggressively. They don't even get a half right now, and that's a nice gravity well to get him off of it here, but Flip Jitter is holding this angle, trying to jump peek across it, misses the shot. CLZ, he goes wide, but Blaze King is good for the punish. 6-3, making it 7. 8-4, you know, they can make an argument, you know, with that scoreline, but they definitely want to get at least 5, because Fennel, again, I said on the defensive side, they're one of those teams that are very good at it. And, you know, from what I've seen at least, they have made some great comebacks. They did it. They made a great defensive side comeback against Zeta in their previous series. And, you know, if they can repeat that success here, then Boom should be out of map number 1. Now, Blaze King is going to get that kill onto Jinx. That's a strong opening pick here. The Jet already gone. The hard entry removed from the equation for Fennel. And so that's going to make them rotate all the way back. The presence completely attenuated here towards that B main side is they might not expect, Flips Jitter with the operator this high up. Flips Jitter gets one, tailwind out.
30 seconds
Gonna net him a positive for now, because that's 2 players down from the side of Fennel as they make their retreat here towards B. Instead of going straight from B main, they go to market instead, but they are going to be going into a crossfire. There's 3 players here holding from the side of Boom. They've dispatched one. Blaze King gets another in response here, but they don't expect Eeyore, and it's a great defensive read this time from Boom Esports.
Yes, very nicely done here from Boom, and I like what I'm starting to see. Maybe catching on and reading the book here a bit too late into the half, but they finally get it done somehow. You can see that they realize, okay, they've been leaving lots of avenues open here. They don't have a true sentinel on the side of Fennel. No Killjoy, no Cypher, and this just lets Boom, you know, kind of push whichever avenue they've left open here for the side of Fennel. And in this case, Flip Jitter finds his way all the way to the top of mid, and it was something that they really didn't expect. So very nicely done from him. That's the initiative I've been talking about that I like to see. And Flip Jitter gets a pick from there. Jinx going down is a huge find now for Boom.
You will
exactly what I was hoping for them to do at the very start of this game. Play that Boom playstyle that we know and love. Play that aggressive operator. Do the Flips Jitter thing, because he's hitting those shots. And exactly, they're starting to win the rounds. They're starting to feel that momentum. This is something that we needed from them much earlier on. As the Hunter's Fury comes down, it connects onto one. It gets their reality. Might find another. It does. It actually gets a lot of value. That Hunter's Fury definitely making life difficult for Fennel at the moment. Still a 3v5 salvageable for now, as it's looking like Boom might just take us into a tie halftime scoreline.
They've got the Kaio ult here, and with Tensai being tagged up by that and Dariali down, no more heals to try and take away that chip damage or at least recover some of it. As a full 3-man push, he's going to have to come here towards B side, but this setup is going to be quite detrimental to that aspect. They don't have any other ultimate to apply here, while a Cosmic Divide is still up online for Boom for that retake. Now here comes a B side push, and you can see that Flipjitter is trying to find a lucky shot in through the smoke, and CLZ, they clear up the site. This is perfect now for Fennel. They brought it to a 3v3, and this is a great opportunity, but Boom, they have a lifeline to work with here. They have that Cosmic Divide, and this could potentially swing the retake around their way back once again.
If they can get it in the right place in the right time, I'm sure that Astra Cosmic Divide can be the linchpin in this round, but they have an operator. They need the operator to find a shot. Flipjitter, he misses that opportunity. And Mitty, he's going to get that trade frag onto Frostmine, now a 2v2. Flipjitter switches out to the Vandal, and with low HP, I think he should have stayed on the top, exactly as Tensai takes him down 1v1 right now. It's Asterisk who is caught looking the wrong way completely. As it is Fennel to take us into halftime with a 2-point advantage here. They are looking strong today. It stopped a lot of the pushing, and whenever he needed information, he just threw out his knife here. But again, full execute. Now it's Boom's turn to show them how they can execute onto that side. A is completely open right now after that kill here from onto CLZ, and that's another nice shot here from Flipjitter. Blaze King to follow up with another as well. Now a 2v5. And both of these players coming in here from short. They have to deal with Flipjitter, who was pushing. He gets dinked up, but he gets away in the nick of time, falling back, giving information to his team that both players from Fennel are coming up from that heaven side, and all they have to do is watch that angle. We have Crossfire, so this should be a round done and dusted for Boom Esports right now, and all they got to do is keep it clean. But it's a nice shot from Dariali, and Flipjitter with a 4K on the pistol round, making a statement that this game is nowhere near over. Boom are going to make the right call to yet again go here towards A, and they're going to be greeted by nobody but Tensai, who has a Sheriff in hand. And that should pretty much be the site taking. They know where he is as well on the top of that recon vault, so that's all the information that Boom need and more as Flipjitter spams Tensai through that smoke.
Nice reconnaissance there with the bolt and recon skin as well, chiming in. Ender did talk about a while ago on the panel that, you know, Boom, they do love their ace side elo, and that is quite evident by these opening 2 rounds, which is, well, in which case, rather, they both take that option. But for this meantime here, Fennel, they're down to the 4v5. Pistols is all they got. Honestly, all they have to do here is die. Like, maybe get a kill and then die, because you don't want to hold on to these. You want to reset for that economy going into the third. They can potentially get this flank going, but nope, they're going to get shut down, I think. I think they kind of realize where they are right now, and Flipjitter finding those picks on the heaven should give them an alleyway to escape now into the tree side and not give up any more kills potentially to this A main hold. And as CLZ goes down, that's a round.
Blaze King actually had the right idea. Everybody from Fennel Boom made the right call. Yeah, instead of going out through A main, they go ahead and they push towards CT, which was completely clear, and they even get short. Blaze King, however, he had the right idea. All right, let's not go where the last player is, but he just didn't have enough time and ended up dying to the spike instead. And we now find ourselves in the 7-7 tie game at the moment. Is not really the best of buys coming in here from Boom. They are only on 4 SMGs, and sure, they have the Blade Storm on Flipjitter. Let's see what he's got here as the history comes in. Oh, already taken to 38 before he sees anyone, and that's going to make him softer and squishier for CLZ to take down. Maybe with a good double, swinging out at the right time to just completely nullify this push right here from Boom Esports. Another great set of kills here as we see a nice top-down view of the round, 8-7, and Fennel come out on top yet.
Denied here by Fennel as, well, they take that gun round firmly. No other kind of side questions here if they really did win that or not, because that was very decisive from them. And now Boom, they finally have rifles here. They're playing with what they got. You know, a few Spectres abound on that prior round, but this time, no such thing. Looking to split things up, 3 towards the top of mid and 2 towards B. Quite a default that they like to play a lot, actually, and you can get this early information as well coming from Mitty with this 0 point. I'm not sure if it's really going to land on anybody. No, it doesn't. Able to dodge it for the meantime. But with that, look at the space that he's bought from them. He's walking all the way up towards Catwalk, but here at the top of mid as well, Eeyore is holding down that line. He might be actually be able to catch mitty off guard.
Yeah, maybe we can see what mitty is up to, because he's right
right
around the corner of Eeyore, but Eeyore's prepared for it. He gets mitty completely off guard there. Standoff there towards top mid means that there's one less player on the defensive side, and I'm going to be making a decision off of this. Where do we go now? And once again, looks like it's going to be towards A, as the spike will be making its way towards that A side. There are two players holding it for now. Good couple of taps right there from Jinx and CLZ. But they managed to find a one-man advantage here for the side of Fennel. Now, Boom, it's all up to what they can do off of this. A side is going to be this much harder to take, because there's now 3 players for Boom already here, cheating away tenz side, and at the same time, Jinx is rotating out. It is the wrong call entirely. CLZ, he's being sucked in from above. That gravity well still catches him. He got pinged, but he still gets a kill before he drops down. Blaze King and Frostmine are there. Good for the response. Let us do a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Good information, but an even better shot from Frostmine as he brings it to a 2v1, all up to Dariali, the sole player clutching. Right now, can he do it? Spike just has gone down, so at the very least, he has a lot of time. Flash, but the wall is up to give him an off angle. Will it give him the edge that he needs? Spots the tip of the head, but can't land a shot. Low HP though, and Frostmine is taken down. Dariali heals himself up, and it's all up to Blaze King, who's playing safe towards that aim, and it's planted completely for him. Now Dariali sees his shoulder. Gonna slow him down. Maybe we'll try to get it to half. And oh, he actually has an angle here to defuse this, but Blaze King, too wise for it, decides to swing wide and catches him. Yeah, one of the players that you do want to take down, Dariali going down early. It's only an eagle round here, black and blue. But again, if Fennel can make things expensive, challenge the economy here of Boom. It
Last
gives
player
them a
standing.
little bit of a boost, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. CLZ, I think he actually did manage to get the orb right before the spike got planted. So that's at least a little bit that they've come out with on this round here, but it is still a 1v5. I'm hoping CLZ, they get something, he gets something maybe just to challenge Boom a little bit here. But yeah, into this game, it's as close as it can be, black and blue, 8-8, and this match is starting to deliver. A lot of, I know Paper Thin didn't predict it. You said 2-0 for Boom, and we didn't get to make our predictions, but it's looking like it's going to be made into a close game here. Fennel, they're really sticking it to Boom right now, and if Fennel can get their map pick, it's honestly such a massive win and a massive help to them.
I mean, most people are looking at them to be the underdogs in this situation, in this matchup, and in any kind of underdog situation, you want to be able to take that map number 1. That's a big win condition for a lot of these underdog teams to maybe win a full best of 3. I still do believe we're going to go into the final decider, into split at the end of things, but Fennel, they could make an early advantage, rather an early kind of intro into the next series if they can take this one. For the meantime, though, Fennel, they are kind of looking to funnel here the rest of Boom Esports in a main. You can see that Boom, they're geared, they're ready for that execute, but so are FL to be able to anticipate that and stop that from even coming in. The wall here, the smoke rather, will kind of hamper their push, but now as it dissipates, information given away, mitty has a perfect opportunity to make a play here, as now the smoke gives him enough time to get that 0 point off a cooldown. Cosmic divide up here, but he doesn't mind, he doesn't matter, and he's going to try and go for things. Pop flash out on through, will be able to deny the plant, but he's going to go down himself. A flurry of those frags come either way. It's down to a 3v3.
And with that Astro Wall is for that quick plant. They're just going to dash on out of that site and play completely for the post plant. They do have a Sova up, so it's a viable strategy for now. They would have been happier if mitty was up just to throw those nades out and those flashes, but it's all going to be about how they can retake this site here. The wall has already been used, so this is going to be a little bit tough, as Hunter's Fury actually catches off Jinx. Now Frostmine is there with a follow-up and Asterisk to seal the deal on that round. Boom Esports have found themselves, onto double digits.
Good recovery from them to be able to get the spike plant down and win out in the post plant, only losing one single player in that post, and Blaze King completely setting things on fire here for Boom, as both Jinx and mitty, the top fraggers right now for FL. Fennel being taken down, and now Boom, they have a really good spot now to claim this anti-eco. Flip Jitter finds one more, and this should be a clean round. A quick one for Boom.
Last player standing.
I like the
Spike
idea,
down
like
A.
on paper, it's a nice play, and we see Jets doing it, but on theory, it looks good, but I just don't think the execution was there. Nobody was flashed by it. They were all ready for the dash in. They already had a couple of players waiting for that push if it did come, and boom, just made really a good read on it. A little bit of a question mark actually what Fennel was doing on that one.
I mean, well, they were low in economy. I can applaud that they wanted to try something out, you know, instead of the usual, okay, we're eco, we're just going to play inside the site and maybe take these Sheriff 1 leagues, but I like the initiative being shown there. Maybe a bit misguided, but they have the right idea, I think, at the end of it, so that's the important fact.
Very diplomatic way of putting it there, Black and Blue, but yeah. Okay, now aggression here from Dariali. I'm not sure I like him being first aggression since he has the res, but he's going to be going for that first peek out, and he actually does get the kill. Trades out his teammate. Tensai is reviving. He does get res. Dariali is taken down here, but Tensai gets out. So that's a positive net. That's a net positive here for the side of Fennel. They do get themselves in a 4v2 on top of that res, and Jinx is right there with a shot from the operator. A little bit all in the hands of Frostmine. Nice shot, though, however, from Frostmine. Tapping away at the operator. That's the op gone. And just what...
Hey, man.
What?
Battle Sage. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, never question it once more.
Like, I mean, the Battle Sage is good, but you don't really want to be first to peak when you have the res available.
No, Battle Sage always peak.
Okay.
Yes. Sage, look what he did. He got them 2 picks. You're now in a 3v1. It works, bro. Res, well, maybe burnt, but still. Yeah.
No, I think it worked out because he died and then Tensai lived.
30
so
seconds
it's like
left.
my life for yours.
Yeah, as any healer would. Hacksaw Ridge coming into full effect, it seems, you know. Well, not actually, because he did choose violence at some point here.
He did.
He got like 2 picks from that, so... Speaking of healers, Frostmind, he's got a lot to bring back, but 1v3, he's spotted out. He goes down. Tensai takes that. First to go down, and op shots ringing out here to try and scare them away from the A site, get the flock of birds going the other way. And now that's exactly what Boom are going to try and do. Trying to aggress here towards B. Maybe split it if they can take that market control. Seems like Eeyore has an opportunity here to get that flank.
Yeah, that flank could really come in handy here.
30 seconds left.
Being the lurker, but in fact, it's just the map control that he has taken. It allows for the rotation here to come in for Boom, and that's a little bit of a premature Hunter's Fury, actually. Doesn't really get much, but we'll get the spike down here with 12 seconds left. Dariali could come huge. Looking for 3, but gets denied. Flips Jadar and Eeyore here to bring it back. 2v2 right now, and oh, the shock dart. That's going to be the lid on the coffin on this round here, as Tensai perfectly places that shock dart. Boom Esports didn't give themselves enough time for that one, and you know, Fennel, they're happy to capitalize on it, and they do.
Retake that site because, well, there simply isn't enough time, and that's exactly what happened here to Boom. They're forced to rush into the site without clearing much, and they get shredded because of that. But now Jinx on the peak, able to find one. Does he know that there's one here in mid on Subroza? That's going to be Eeyore. Could potentially get that trade, but Jinx, he seems ready here towards B-Link. He does not land a shot. Is Eeyore going to turn him to sleep?
Well, that is a great pickup to find right now. 10 to 11 as Eeyore finds another. He's gotten... Now there's 2 players down on the side of Fennel. Dariali has been great on these holds thus far, but this time he'll be punished. Eeyore finding 3 kills in this round. And he might just be the player to take them into match point here. And Eeyore finds a 4th. 4 kills for the Sentinel. And Boom Esports, man, they managed to find map point on Fennel's map pick. This is absolutely massive for them because we're going into Icebox next, Black and Blue. And you know, Icebox, Boom Esports, they have been fairly successful on it. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Boom can bring in it. And you know what? This is starting to look like paper thin getting a correct prediction with the 2-0.
That's certainly possible. And, you know, I would like to see a full 3-map series coming here, especially for Fennel, who, you know, as we talked about many times over, they weren't really expecting to be in this situation, right? They get in here kind of like by default, and they're looking to just show what they've got and really are happy to be here, but I'm sure they're going to try their darndest. And in that case, though, Eeyore and Flipjet are finding these opening double picks. We've seen Mitty kind of get quite aggressive early on in these rounds, and it hasn't always worked out for them. CLZ finding one, but the quick trade here brings it down to a 3v2. And BME, they're at match point, man, and they're at the cusp of taking map number 1 as well.
Yeah, and they've already gotten
planted.
the spike planted down here. 2v3. It's going to take a massive effort from tenz and dapr to get this round. And, you know, it's just going to be so
One
difficult.
enemy
The
remaining.
crossfire's already set. Asterisks has found a kill. Tenzi's down. dapr 1v3 yet against the clutch, but with only a Spectre, he can't do it.
Attacker win.
10-13 as Boom take the first game.